What follows you isn't fear. It's your own light unclaimed. You weren't born to run. You were born to rise. The shadow knows the value forgot. That presence in your dream isn't chasing you. It's calling you. Every step away from it deepens your ache. What you think is dread is divine proximity. You're not being watched. You're being remembered. That chill at your spine is your purpose knocking. It waits in dreams because you ignore it while awake. You keep fearing the part of you that's real. The shadow comes closer when you lie to yourself. It's not following. It's escorting you back. You call it fear because you haven't named it yet. Something older than you still believes in you. You're haunted by your own awakening. You feel it most when you're almost ready. The dread comes before the doorway. Your future walks beside you like a ghost. It's not darkness. It's detail you haven't understood. The quiet thing you run from carries your instructions. Stop calling destiny a demon. The silence you fear is your deepest self listening. What trails you is a promise you haven't fulfilled. You weren't sent here to be small. The heaviness is sacred. You ache because you're close. The closer it gets, the more you remember. You mistake prophecy for pressure. It doesn't want your fear. It wants your attention. You're not lost. You're shadowed by your own potential. What returns nightly is your unclaimed self. The dreams are maps, not warnings. You've been met in the dark by what you swore to become. The shadow isn't behind you. It's beneath you waiting. It knows your name because it is your name. The air shifts because your truth enters the room first. Stop expecting peace before the unveiling. It waits in silence because it knows noise breaks you. You can't be free until you turn around. The haunting stops once you answer. You were seen before you could see yourself. Your hesitation feeds the dark. The fear is sacred. It knows what's coming. You'll keep dreaming of it until you become it. The shadow remembers the version of you that kept going. You flinch when truth gets too close. Something watches from the veil because it sent you here. Your destiny grows louder in your silence. You aren't alone. You're witnessed. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. The shadow only follows those chosen. You dream of it because it never stopped calling. You keep calling it fear. It keeps waiting. Your gift is waking you up, not hurting you. Destiny walks behind you until you're strong enough to face it. You don't need to be ready, only real. What looks like darkness is just unprocessed truth. It won't leave until you remember what it means. You're not being chased. You're being initiated. Something sacred is on your trail. The dream repeats because the lesson was ignored. Every shadow holds your unspoken yes. You weren't forgotten. You've been awaited. The pressure means the gate is close. You feel watched because you are by everything you could be. The dark you fear is your own gaze. What trails you has already forgiven your delay. You are not being followed. You are being summoned. The silence of dreams holds the voice of your real self. The fear won't leave because it isn't fear, it's memory. The deeper the dread, the closer the breakthrough. You've mistaken divine pursuit for punishment. You flinch when truth enters the room wearing your face. That feeling in your gut is not warning. It's remembering. You've already survived what you're scared to become. You weren't left in the dark. You were planted. Your shadow is not your enemy. You asked for purpose, it showed up in dreams. Every step away from yourself invites another shadow. You can't keep hiding from what remembers you. What waits for you is already written in light. The path doesn't begin until you stop retreating. You'll feel it at the threshold, familiar, vast yours. What lingers behind you is something holy. Your ancestors sent it to wake you. The breathless nights mean you're nearing truth. It's watching because it loves you. You are being hunted by your own fire. You never really forgot. You only closed your eyes. The shadow lives in your name for a reason. It's not darkness. It's instruction. You've already met what you're running from. The dream isn't chasing you. It's waiting for you to stop. You keep choosing delay over destiny. What comes in silence isn't empty, it's aligned. You weren't supposed to ignore this long. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something waiting in you. The shadow breathes your truth before you do. You'll break when you stop pretending it's not real. The ache is ancestral. The answer is personal. You're not overwhelmed. You're being real for the first time. You begged for purpose. Now it follows you. This was never about fear. It was about readiness. The more you resist, the louder it knocks. You remember in fragments. It remembers in full. It doesn't need your permission, only your presence. The longer you wait, the heavier it feels. You're being guided by what survived the fire. You cannot outrun what lives inside your breath. The shadow will wait, but not forever. Your resistance feeds its hunger. It shows up at night because that's when you're honest. You flinch because it's familiar. The voice you ignore sounds exactly like truth. You weren't haunted. You were warned. The ache will only stop when you answer. Your silence is heard in sacred places. You dreamed it before it dreamed you. What you fear is carrying your healing. The shadow is your future uncloaked. That shape behind your thoughts is memory, not madness. You already said yes. That's why it follows. You don't need to trust the path, only take one step. Your dreams aren't random. They're ritual. What you call fear is a threshold. You've passed this door before, but this time you must open it. That chill is truth moving through your spine. What you carry is ancient. You have always been watched but never judged. You are the prophecy trying to remember itself. It's not watching. It's waiting. When you stop pretending, the shadow becomes the guide. The vision is real. You just haven't aligned with it. The path begins where your fear ends. You're not being tested. You're being reintroduced. Destiny doesn't chase. It circles. You're the only one left who can answer the call. You keep flinching at your own reflection. It followed you through lifetimes to get here. What you call weight is actually wings. That ache in dreams is truth in disguise. You're closer than you've ever been. You can't be whole until you face it. The dreams speak plainly. You're just afraid to hear. The shadow waits for the moment you stop running. You are the answer to the question that keeps repeating. The silence you fear is where it waits. Your path is clearer than you pretend it is. What haunts you only wants you to rise. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. That shadow isn't chasing you. It's waiting for your courage. Your destiny walks beside you, disguised as dread. What you fear is where you begin. The darkness behind you holds your becoming. You're not haunted. You're being watched by what you promised to become. It's not fear following you, it's your future. You are never running from pain, only from your purpose. You carry a light strong enough to terrify the unready version of you. It only feels heavy because it's holy. You've mistaken destiny's shadow for doom. The pressure in your chest is the prophecy waking up. You dreamed of something following you. It was always you, fully formed. The shadow in your sleep is your own greatness asking for a turn. What stalks you in silence is what's owed to your soul. It isn't fear. It's everything you've asked for arriving too real. You've outgrown the skin of who you were. Your hesitation is the delay in your rising. That ache isn't weakness. It's alignment. You weren't left behind. You stopped walking toward your calling. The moment you stop running, it will kneel beside you. Your shadow is thicker now because your truth is near. That chill wasn't ghost, it was memory. You were born marked by something vast. The quiet things know your name. Every time you ignore the pull, your soul goes quieter. That darkness behind your dreams is a doorway. You're not cursed. You're chosen. You've mistaken watchfulness for warning. The dreams feel heavy because they're laced with truth. You are being pursued by your own promise. The part of you that waits is older than your name. The future is already shaped. It's you that must align. That flicker in the corner isn't fear, it's the mirror. The reason it won't leave you is because it's you. Shadows only follow those who cast light. You can't outrun what's written in your bones. The dreams aren't strange. They're familiar for a reason. Your soul rehearsed this moment lifetimes ago. The darkness is not danger. It's instruction. The pressure isn't punishment. It's proof of depth. What follows you waits for your permission. You feared the thing meant to set you free. That shadow is the echo of your own flame. You're more powerful than your fear wants you to know. Something ancient knows you're close. Your birth was the sound of destiny unsheathing. You are being remembered by your own calling. Dreams know before you do. What haunts you is hungry to help. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. You'll feel it when you're ready. That's the deal. There's a reason it feels familiar, it is. It's not following you. It's leading you backward to your truth. The wait isn't new, it's returning. Every sleepless night is a knocking. You were never small, just slow to wake. The shadow doesn't want to hurt you. It wants you to remember. Every dark corner you fear is one you built. You don't lack courage. You lack stillness. What you haven't claimed is learning to roar. The path is waiting for your yes. You're not lost. You're circling the door. There's a reason you wake up afraid. The shadow is shaped like the version of you that kept their promise. You don't need saving. You need remembering. Every fear hides a map. What follows you at night is the part of you still willing to rise. You dream of shadows because your light is near. You were never meant to live small. Something sacred is stalking your sleep. The discomfort is holy. You didn't choose this path. You agreed to it. The fear is just your soul stretching. That shadow waits every night to be named. Your future knows your footstep. You weren't abandoned. You were sent. The night watches you and waits. That pull in your stomach is prophecy unfulfilled. You dream of darkness because it remembers you. Don't run. Invite it. Every delay is dishonoring the version of you that knew better. The fear is loudest right before the truth breaks through. Shadows gather when your soul is about to speak. You don't need a sign. You are the sign. What waits in the dark has your name in its mouth. You carry too much truth to stay hidden. That whisper you ignore is your own voice, unfiltered. The shadow is a mirror dressed in patience. You didn't outgrow your path. You forgot the way back. What you dream of is already dreaming of you. It lingers because you haven't answered. Every sleepless night is a missed arrival. The air shifts when you approach your calling. You ache because you're close. That dread is divine urgency. You were never meant to be comfortable here. Something watches because something waits. The shadow wants witness, not fear. Your name was carved into the silence before you were born. You are the answer you keep fearing. That darkness is not enemy. It is origin. You're not late. You're layered. Dreams leave fingerprints on the soul. The shadow behind you is what you swore to carry. You came here to remember, not to relax. Your path prays for your return nightly. That pressure is sacred. Let it in. You've waited too long to pretend you don't hear it. Your destiny doesn't knock. It stands in the dark until you notice. You are being followed by what once lit the sky. The shadow's name is truth. You can't hide from something made of your own light. What keeps visiting your dreams isn't finished yet. It's not fear. It's preparation. The old you can't walk through this fire. You're not dreaming. You're being summoned. You've outlived smallness. That feeling in your spine is alignment. Your ancestors sent the shadow. You were meant to walk with mystery. Stop dimming what is meant to lead. That flicker at night is your calling, not your fear. It waits until you're too tired to fight. The unknown isn't coming for you. It's coming from you. Every shadow carries an invitation. Your bones know. That's why they ache. The silence after dreams is where it speaks. Your hesitation has a cost. You're being watched by your own unlived life. It never left. You just stopped looking. The shadow has never once wished you harm. It wants witness. not worship. You dreamed of this long before the world named it fear. What trails behind you is your own magic. You are the key. The shadow is the door. It's not too late. It's right on time. You've mistaken arrival for anxiety. The dream repeats until you accept the message. You'll feel it again tonight. Be still. The shadow is your soul in waiting. Don't look away this time. It knocks at the edge of your name. You owe this version of you a chance. The shadow steps closer every time you resist joy. You'll know you're close when it feels unbearable. The truth waits in the place you've been avoiding. Destiny never chases. It follows. There is no danger, only delay. You've outlasted every reason to keep hiding. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more.